Good morning. Chief Executive, first of all, thank you for the warm reception you've given us. We are in your space, so please welcome us and then introduce your staff that are present so that we will do same outside afterwards.
It's okay. Your Excellency, the Chief of Staff, Office of the President or the Vice President, Honorable Ministers of State, Officers of the Office of the Vice President, ladies and gentlemen, media, may I use this opportunity to welcome all of you to the Accra Passenger Transport Executive. I would like to use this opportunity to introduce myself and my team to Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. On my right, immediate right, is Kenneth. He is Kenneth Amayaw. He is the head of administration. We have Adam Yao, Esquire. He is the head of regulation. We have Solomon Osei. He is head of operations. And then we have Ju Alex Osei. He is in charge of transport planning in the entire Greater Accra area, not region, area. And then our sector minister for local government, chieftaincy and religious affairs, Ahmed Ibrahim. Thank you very much. And then may I seek leave of Your Excellency to add, it just escaped, to add our Deputy Minister in charge of local government, chieftaincy and religious affairs.
In terms of solidarity by governments, you will notice that we've also come along with the Vice President's team and your ministers, with the Minister of Transport and his deputy, because we are looking at the problem holistically. Apart from them, along with the Vice President's office, we have Mansa Mewa, who is an advisor on finance and on political matters. We have Dr. Hamza, who is an advisor on economic to the Vice President. We have Professor Teresa, who is a special aide to the Vice President. And the spokesperson for the Vice President, Amma Pratt, who had decided to sit on the other side. Has Khalid left us? Okay, not to worry. And my name is Alex Sigbefia. I'm the Chief of Staff at the Office of the Vice President. Although she needs no introduction, formality requires that I introduce to you the leader of this delegation, Her Excellency, Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyemang, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. On that note, now that we know who we are dealing and talking, I think I will hand the mic over to the minister in charge of local government to set the scene. After he has spoken, we will then invite the CEO to say a few words. And once he has done so, then we will invite the Vice President to conclude on matters. Thank you, Minister.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother and my respected senior, the Chief of Staff, Office of the Vice President. Your Excellency, the Acting President of the Republic of Ghana and Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, our own mother, lovely mother, Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyemang, first in many things. My respected and colleague and friend, Minister for Transport and your deputy. My lovely and respected sister and Deputy Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. You introduce everybody without your mother. Our mama will go, you see. My brothers and sisters from the media fraternity, senior government officials, good morning or good afternoon. Your Excellency, I've spoken twice, and therefore here I know you are hard pressed with time. I would therefore want to set the parameters for the MD and let him have a bite so that we give you the space. I know other queues are waiting for you somewhere. We were supposed to close by 12, yeah. Your Excellency, GAPTE is your product. You were in cabinet with the sitting president in the chair when GAPTE was established in between 2014 and 2016. And GAPTE at that time was given about the of GAPTE here. He's the MD, Lawyer Dauda. And Lawyer Dauda, I have the confidence in him. He was one of the most dedicated and hardworking lawyers in the Bono region. And he came with that mindset of reforming this place. So you tell us how many vehicles we started GAPTE with. How many vehicles have been added? Don't understand why transport will be under local government. So you explain and tell the role you are playing. The crisis, my brother is here with our mother to help you solve the problem. But I wouldn't want you to go to other parameters. Go by the marking scheme I've given you. You are a lawyer. This is the legal parameter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. On that note, lawyer CEO. Thank you.
Your Excellency, may I take cue from my sector minister to be brief, especially so when we have spent my time so far. It is important at this stage to go through the activities of GAPTE. Greater Accra Passenger Transport Executive. Yes, Greater Accra Passenger Transport Executive is an agency under the Ministry for Local Government, Chieftaincy, and under the Ministry of our Operations. It's made up of all the MMDCs in Greater Accra area. I didn't say region, I added area because we are adding Kaswa DCE to the list. That is the main reason why I said the area. It makes it easier for the Ministry for Local Government to coordinate the activities of these MMDCs when it comes to transport planning, transport development in Greater Accra. And that's the main reason why we actually work under the Ministry for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. Now, in 2016, November, 5 buses to help ease congestion in Greater Accra and to enhance our various terminals and join the Aayalolo buses to your respective places to trade or for any business that you want to go by. 2006, when the NDC government lost power and the new administration then came to take over, under the then Ministry for Transport, 60 of those new buses were sent to Kumasi, specifically in Ashanti region. Some of the buses were also sent to Tamale, others were also sent to Takrade. And the others were left in Greater Accra for the operation of the BRT. Once we say BRT, bus rapid transport, it meant that you must go at a top speed. You must have special design corridors for which these buses could apply. So if you apply a particular route and we have designated routes specifically for these buses, it makes it easier to get to your destination without necessarily being caught in the normal traffic. So in 2016, 2017, we never had these issues until later on that the previous government gave a directive that those dedicated lanes could be used by any private user. And that started the trouble. They would also be caught in the normal traffic. So you'll be crying for 1 million buses. The buses are brought, but they are stuck in traffic to the extent that it is defeating the purpose for which they were brought. And that is the BRT, the bus rapid transport. So somewhere around 2018, when they started sending some of these buses to those areas, the system actually collapsed. thank God, the very government that actually gave birth to the BRT system and the 240 buses is back. The BRT system in Greater Accra. And it is for that reason that we have, with the permission of my sector minister, we have gone for the 60 buses that were sent to Kumasi to be brought under the management of GAPTE in terms of accountability, how much is being spent, how much is being realized in terms of revenue. So as I'm talking to you right now, with assistance and then the help of our sector minister, we have been able to get those buses back to the management of GAPTE, together with the buses that we also sent to Takoradi, to be brought to beef up the operation of Aayalolo buses in Greater Accra. Again, most of our terminals were taken away. I can speak of Kanswa Terminal. I can tell you in authority, in all humility, that we have also reclaimed that 4-acre terminal. Because like I said earlier on, the buses were brought together with the terminals for which you could easily come and park your respective vehicles and join. Adenta, Kimbu, Amasaman, and then Pokuase. If you look at the very year these buses were brought, 2016 up to now, it's about 10 years about there. That tells you clearly that the buses are aging. And then these buses are also relying on fuel. So the good news is that it takes 70% of our operational costs for the payment of fuel on these buses on daily. And I can mention figures here. And for the avoidance of that, we are going for electric buses, for which my sector minister, together with myself and the deputy, we had tried as much as possible to go for a grant from the Spanish government, for which we are still on it. And then I'm pretty sure someone next month about there, we should be able to get a no objection letter from the Ministry for Transport. And once that one is hard, then we'll be able to push, yes, Ministry for Finance. And once that one is hard, then we'll be able to push our matters through in order for us to get the electric buses to augment the operation of these buses without any problem. Yes. Again, once we have some of these buses brought to play, it would actually help, not only with the congestion in Greater Accra, but with the problem that we are facing where others are exploiting the very innocent commuters. We have about 2.7 million commuters daily in Greater Accra alone. And if you have observed, about a week or so thereabout, we are having issues. We have done our own study. All of us can attest to what I'm saying, that the students were on vacation. How many private universities were we having before last year? Those who went on vacation, all of them are back. And once they are back, if Aayalolo buses before vacation, they were using 40 buses per corridor, it meant that the number of commuters at that particular corridor would definitely go up. And that's how come that you are experiencing congestion in those areas where the drivers are exploiting the innocent commuters. What has GAPTE/Aayalolo done with regards to that? We have taken advantage of the 24-hour economy. Now we do 4 shifts. We do 1 in the morning, we do some in the afternoon, we do evening, and then the lean peak in the night, so that the congestion that we have probably around 7, 8, 9 that about there could ease up. And I think it is important that the records will reflect that it is because of the issues that we have increased our fleet in terms of the number of vehicles and the buses that we put on our corridor. Currently, we operate 6 corridors. Because of the issues that have been brought to our attention, we have added 2 more corridors. And I was speaking to some of the media, and I told them that next week some of them can join me to go and see how and where some of these buses will be at. Going back to Christmas, around November, about there, GAPTE Aayalolo we were using 135 buses. Instead of our normal operation, the figure for normal operations, which probably was around 70 to 80 buses, for the day, we were now using 135 to ease congestion and traffic just before Christmas, and we are still doing that. Just that we are having some small issues relative to the number of vehicles that we have and the number of the vehicles that we also have at the depot, just like a human being. Some of these vehicles, as I told you, they are about 10 years old. They will experience some minor defect and then fault. And then we are on it, repairing all of them. Now, going back to challenges, because of the time, with respect.
Give the numbers and conclude.
Yes. So as I'm talking to you right now, we are giving 80 buses.
245.
Yeah, 245. So right now, I'm giving you the figure. Now, the Accra transit corridors. If I say transit corridors, I remember I told that we have corridors that we apply. Yes. We have moved from 80 buses to 105 buses, which are in service. Now, University of Cape Coast, we have 12 buses. We have 2. We have Swissport, 5.
Swissport is where?
Yes, Swissport at the airport. Yes, at the airport, Kotoka International Airport. Then we have Aviance Commuter. Aviance, they are also at the Kotoka International Airport. And these buses are there purposely to ease congestion, because national security zone, if you're not careful, there will also be a congestion. That's the reason why you have some of these buses there. Now, so Aviance, we have 2 buses, civil aviation commuters, and that is also at the airport. That we also have 2 buses. Then we have the airport company itself, having 3 of our buses. Now we have the depot. Remember, I made mention of the fact that some of these buses are the depot. Depot means workshop. We have 11 grounded, those ones that are there that we think that we have to change the engines to, so there are about 11. Then we have, and then we have depot holding 28. And then, so when you put all the figures together, you get 175. So if it is 175, remember I mentioned 60, remember I mentioned 10 to Tamale, so that will be 70. So please, 175 plus 70 will give you 245. So that is all about the number of Aayalolo buses that currently we are running in Greater Accra. Challenges, as usual, we do not get any subvention, neither do we get any money anywhere. It is the little money that we take from passengers. And we charge, on record, we charge about 70%, 20% lower than normal fares that you have. So for that to take you to town for 10 Ghana cedis, we probably would take like 7 Ghana cedis. Get any money anywhere. Yes. And as I'm talking to Aayalolo, we have tried as much as possible. Now you can see most of these Aayalolo buses are also having Waka Now, other companies being advertised on them. I don't know whether you have them as a media. It is one of our innovative means of getting money to pay for the fuel. And that's the main reason, since I took over, we have tried to have, right now we have about 4 or 5 companies that are advertising on our buses, and it is giving us very good money to pay for our salaries together with other expenditure.
So in conclusion, 45, how many are down there?
So the grounded one, 11.
11.
Yes, 11.
Out of the 245, 10 years ago, 11 are not roadworthy.
Yes, they are not.
The rest are all roadworthy.
Yes.
And they are all moving.
Under maintenance. You are 28 under maintenance. Yes, and then with the 11, let me add, it is critical that when NDC won, yes, they bent, I think they bent one of the, 4 bent, yes, in Kumasi.
6 or 4?
4, it's 4. Remember I told you that 60 buses were sent to Kumasi, 4 have been bent. So they are all part of the 11 granted buses that I'm talking of. So so let me use this opportunity to welcome all of you, and then hand over the mic back to Chief of Staff. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. CEO, for that information. And at this juncture, with the kind with the permission of the Sector Minister, I will hand over the mic now to the Vice President of the Republic to say a few words. Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Let me address the ministers, deputies, and the CEO and your staff, members of the media, and all of us who are here. Good afternoon. And Chief of Staff, thanks for asking me to make short comments. I'll make them short. First, CEO, let me thank you for accepting us and for your report. I recognize all the situations you have inherited, and I'm very happy to note that you are not feeling daunted by them, but that you are rather confronting the situation and finding solutions. I find that very, very attractive, and I want to encourage you to do more and assure you that whatever we need to do to ensure that your work is successful, we'll do that. Well done. Part of the major reason for being here was to respond to the pressures in the system regarding commuters. What is happening is that we are seeing undue long queues, frustration, and delays. So we needed to find out what was going on and how to solve the problems. Earlier on today, we were privileged to meet with the unions, and they also told us, in part, their story. Their meetings were not over, and we know that when everything is said and done, we'll get a full sense of what their own inputs are in dealing with the problem. So we're very, very happy to have been part of that discussion this morning. We believe that when problems occur, the solutions should be shared. The responsibilities are ours, and the achievements are ours too. So we don't run away from responsibilities. And when there are events that directly affect citizens, that is something we need to respond to quickly, because it's the people we are working with and for. And I keep saying that we're not even working for anybody. We are working with people. So their input, what their situation is, what they are going through, all of this should be of primary importance to us. And this explains why we spent part of today doing this. I want to assure you that, yes, I hear the numbers of what was burnt, what is under repair, and so on and so forth. And I want to assure you the promise that our president has made. He's going to work quickly on supplying high occupancy vehicles to agencies. And these agents, they include Aayalolo, so you should be happy about that. And they also include the private sector. You know that about 90% of transportation in this country is fielded by the private sector. And we also know that, like your agency, they've also not had any support in the last 10 years. So we have a bit of a problem, not a bit, actually a big problem to do with public transportation, especially in dedicating lanes for the buses to ply. It's very, very important, because if I'm going to leave my cars elsewhere and be in the queue, then maybe there's a very little attraction in using that option. So it's just unfortunate that we have to go back instead of advancing what was there. And all of these should be lessons to all of us on why we need to do things properly in order to advance our country. So I want to commend you in the efforts you are making to restructure. That's the sense I'm getting, not just retooling, but also resetting the Aayalolo system. And in all of this, let us remember why we are there. We are there to make life more bearable. So wherever we are, that is our responsibility. I know you are carrying yours well, and I want to congratulate you for it. And thank all of you for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much. At this juncture, I'll ask kindly that the ministers and the CEO take us back to your office. The rest, which are very few, should just be organized downstairs. We'll come and join you for a group photograph, and then we will leave. So if you let the Vice President leave first, and then we will come and join you downstairs, if that is okay with everybody. So let the Vice President first leave. Chief Executive.
They always leave me behind.